everyone, and welcome back to the Pin Man. My name is Mike West, and today our special guest of honor is the Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo. The Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo, or just the Pilot Decimo, is a smaller, slightly though, smaller alternative to the Pilot Vanishing Point. It's older sibling, perhaps. Now this Decimo is pretty special to me because it was gifted to me by my son for Father's Day, so it really is special. I have been looking forward to being able to review a pin like this for a while. Something different. I like reviewing different pins. I like reviewing inexpensive pins because just to see, to show you that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to be able to get a nice writing fountain pen. But here you have a, let's say, a moderately priced fountain pen with a very unique style to it. Now, you may be wondering, why would I want a Decimo versus a regular Vanishing Point? Well, maybe you like a slightly thinner grip on your pen. There's not a whole lot of difference, quite frankly, between the Decimo and the regular Vanishing Point. They're both called Vanishing Point, by the way. Vanishing Point Decimo. The grip width on is right down there is only about a millimeter. The grip width of the Decimo is only about a millimeter smaller than the Vanishing Point. I'm going to distinguish between the two. I'll just use Vanishing Point for the larger pen and Decimo for the smaller pen. The body is a tad more than a millimeter smaller than the Vanishing Point. They both come with an 18 karat nib. The Decimo weighs about 20 grams, whereas the Vanishing Point weighs 30 grams. So there's 10 grams different. That might make a difference to you. One big distinction between these two is the color options. Currently there are, I believe, 6 colors available for the Decimo. Now that will vary. I did find another site that had a 7th color that was available, and now I will put some photos up for you showing you some of the different colors that have been made and that would also be available today. It all depends on the retailer you go to. Again, some may have some old stock, and so they may have a few more color options. Now the Vanishing Point, however, has I want to say around 13 different colors, and of course the Vanishing Point has some their regular models as well as some more high-end models because of the material that it's made out of. It functions just the same, it's just it has some more unique material. Both the Vanishing Point as well as the Decimo are made of a lacquered metal body. Again, with the Vanishing Point there may be some differences in material, but also difference in price that comes with that. Both of them are only offer 3 nib point sizes: extra fine, fine, and medium. The price for the Decimo and the Vanishing Point are pretty similar as far as the Vanishing Point's basic line. The Decimo will run you about $144 unless you may be able to find a deal where they're doing some closeouts or whatnot, or just running a special. But generally that's what I found. The Vanishing Point is going to run you about $11, $12 more, right around 156. Now, there are some models that will take you up to $300 and $440 I saw. And then there was, I think even two, at least one, but possibly two that will run you $800. So if you're really into the unique, expensive pins, you do have those options in the Vanishing Point. Now, I was always kind of wondering, okay, would I want the Vanishing Point or would I want the Decimo? Size difference, and I'm glad that my son got me this Decimo, because I thought, you know, well, maybe it's a little too thin, but really 10 millimeters for the grip is a good size. I like that. I can go down to even 8 millimeters for me on grip sections, and you know, do pretty good. The body here, again, it's a lacquered metal body. It's got a nice clip. I'll give you some close-ups on those later. It has a very, now one of the things I'm not too crazy about is how rough it clicks. I mean, it's a smooth rough, but you just kind of wonder, and I've heard some people say that because of that click, sometimes there's a little bit of splatter inside. You know how it is when you jar a fountain pen, and sometimes a little bit of ink will splatter in the cap. Well, as I remove this, I've been using this for a little bit now. Remove the cap. I really didn't see, you know, a problem there. So, but it's really nice. I like being able to sit at my desk and, you know, not have to deal with a cap, and just pick it up and click, and start writing. Now, one of the things I found is I wondered if the clip would be a problem, but it really isn't a problem. I haven't found it. Now, if you're a four-finger, you hold your pens and pencils with your four fingers, I guess it kind of like that. I don't know. Maybe it's an issue, but my fingers ride on the clip very, very well, and it's not irritating to me anyway. It's a thin enough, a smooth enough clip that it doesn't bother me. The weight, again, is, for me, it's a very nice weight. It's not too heavy, not too light. I don't like real light pens, and heavy pen, sometimes, you know, long writing sessions just gets old. So I think it's a good weight. Okay, so we're going to move into a tour of the pen. Again, I will show you some colors of the pen, give you a tour, do some size comparisons. If I can remember, I've been forgetting to do that lately, sorry about that. I'll do some size comparisons and do, of course, a writing sample. So again, thanks for tuning in to the Pen Man. Don't forget to boing. I'd appreciate it. And I hope this video is helpful to you, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, y'all, as promised, I forgot to do the size comparison, so I'm kind of doing this without my other microphone. So this is just straight to the camera. What we have is the Pilot Decimo, and then we have the Lamy Safari, the Diplomat Excellence A, and the Pilot Custom, 823, all with their caps on. Here they are with the caps off, unposted. Now what I've done is I've lined them up basically with the end of the grip section together, so you can kind of see where the nibs come out. However, this isn't really that accurate because you're going to be holding these pins right here, whereas the Decimo, you're going to be holding it right there. So I'm going to scoot this back to about there. That looks kind of funny, but that's the way it would end up, where you're going to be holding the pin on the grip section. There's where your nib is. Looks a little awkward, as if you know, your angle is going to be really bad, but I don't know, it didn't seem too bad. Okay, so we'll put these back here. And here you have them posted. Here we have the packaging for the Pilot Decimo. Comes in this really nice. It's just cardboard, but I think it's kind of nice. Got the little Pilot logo right there, and on the back, of course, capless Decimo fountain pen, light blue, medium nib, and it has this somewhat of a textured type of feel to it, but I don't know, it's just classy, I think. And then you pull off this classy sleeve and you get this nice box, and kind of angle it there, with it kind of has a, I don't know if you call it alligator skin look to it, fake alligator skin, that type of, and then the Pilot, again, the Pilot logo and a plastic cover there. Open that up and you have the pen. And one of the things that I am grateful for is that Pilot, instead of, on some of their pens, they have a sticker that shows the nib size and so forth, but that was not the case with this Decimo, and it just says Pilot capless medium Japan. I am glad they went to that, because if you're like me, that is one of the things that I really don't like about the Pilot pens, when I have to try to get that sticker off and then get the residue and so forth. Underneath, it has this little pull tab there, and so you just take that out and there's nothing. But if you pull this out, you have, because this is just a flat in there, so nothing's gonna fit underneath there anyway. Okay, so you pull that out. I don't know, it does seem kind of funny. Why did they, I guess the pull tab did come like this to pull this out, but it pulls the whole thing out. So you have a converter or a cartridge, and then you have the instructions, the care instructions, and it talks about a variety of types of their pens and how to refill them. All that interesting reading, and I won't do the bedtime story and read that to you. My goodness. Okay, then oh my goodness. Okay, forget that. Anyway, trying to refold those is like trying to refold a road map. For those of you old enough to remember what road maps were. Okay, this is a necessary tool that comes with the for the cartridge, and it goes over it like that. It just, cartridge just plunges into the back of the pen. show you that here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get all this out of the way. All right. Here you have a nice clip. Again, it's chrome. I believe that's what the material is, and this is a lacquer metal. And then, of course, you have, if you look closely there, so there you have the tip, or whatever you want to call that, the nib opening. Okay, so if you can see in there, there's a little flap that opens and closes. And so as you click the pin, here comes the nib. And there's your nib. Very small nib, but effective. This is a medium nib. There's nothing fancy. You know, when you're used to, say, the Pilot Custom A23, nice fancy nib. These are not fancy, but they're functional. And so, and then there is your feed. Again, nothing fancy, but everything functional. Okay. Here's your clip. Get in here. It is a tight clip, but it's rounded enough on the end, as you can see, that it will slip into a pocket or other place that you want to attach it. I wouldn't try to attach it to anything too thick, like those webbing straps and so forth. It has this pretty simple, call it simple elegance band to it. And then here you have the body finial. Again, nothing fancy, but everything. And to we'll take the body apart here. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, there's an indentation in there. I think you can see it there. Okay, and then there is a little nub, whatnot, right there. And they both fit together. So that just helps you to make sure that everything is aligned. Okay, and there is the nib unit, if you will. It's got that real long, skinny nib. Again, this is an 18 karat gold nib. Comes with a Con 40 converter. And then that is, of course, proprietary, and as well as their ink cartridges are proprietary. Okay, you just pull that out. Now there's one of the downsides of the Con 40 is it is hard to get a full fill or near full fill when you are using this or trying to fill it, simply because the design. I don't know why Pilot designed it to be so hard to fill, to get a good fill, because obviously, you want a converter to ink in the converter to last. And so I kind of took a little risk pulling this out, having filled it. I will try to do a video at some point to show you how to get a good fill in this. You have to work at it a little bit. It's a little bit harder, or I shouldn't say hard, but it takes a little bit more effort than with a regular converter. But that said, is well worth the pen. Using the pen, writing with the pen is well worth the extra effort it takes to get the extra fill on the pen. Okay, so this goes right in there, and again, you're aligning that one cutout with the nub, pushes in. If somehow, as what has happened in this case, your clicker there, you may have to click it back out. Okay, and again, it's a nice length. You don't have to worry about a cap, putting it on and off and so forth. So especially for those of you who, like me, like to, you're not constantly writing. You write a little bit, you put it down, you write a little more, you put it down again, so forth. To cap and uncap, especially if you like to post, it can be daunting to a degree, or frustrating after a while doing that all the time. Now, one of my solutions, I'll just kind of show this right now. This is a pen stand that I have made. This is the Wingsong $6.99, but I make these myself. It's kind of like the ink wells, or what they call pen wells, that I've seen another guy in particular that makes, but I do a little messing around in my own shop. So I turn this on my lathe and then, cut out pieces. This is redwood. It was redwood that I found, driftwood redwood. So anyway, that's what I made this out of. But put a little padding in there. So I have a little inkstand that I use, and I don't have a problem with the ink dripping at all. And when I'm not using it, put it in there. I don't have to twist it on. I just put it in there and so forth. So there's a little advertisement for some of my handiwork. But for those of you who don't have that and you get tired of doing your capping, uncapping, capping, uncapping your pens, this is a good solution, I think. And again, they come in a variety of colors, so you have some options. If again, if $144 is something worth saving up for, that you don't mind spending on a pen, these are excellent. They're well built. You have the Pilot quality control behind this, quality made, and so there you go. That is a tour of the Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo. Okay, and now for the writing point of our wonderful Pilot. Vanishing Point. Decimo, and we have it in a medium. The ink that I'm using is Diamine Denim. I think that's a good name for this this ink. If you like a darker blue with a slightly dusty tinge to it, if you will, this denim is a great choice. Okay, nice flow. Either way, I'm not going to do flex. This is not a flex nib, so I'm not going to take the chance of messing it up. Flow is good. I mean, there is absolutely, this nib is wonderful. There is absolutely no, I've been using this for a little bit. There are no hard starts or skips, any of those kind of problems. Also, now I try to move my palm as I'm writing often, but sometimes I get to writing and the palm stays stationary as the pen goes around. And a lot of times with most nibs, it'll start getting scratchy once you start getting to a certain angle. This pen does not do that at all. It's a wonderful writer at a variety of angles. So a lot of my nibs, again, I have there's a sweet spot in the nib point, but this one, the whole thing is a sweet spot. I mean, so I can kind of angle it like this, and it's not a problem. Come around, angle it like that. It's really not a problem. So this is a great nib. Reverse writing. Turn it over here. Extra fine to extra fine. You get some. So if you got a quick little note to jot, that's fine. It really isn't that scratchy. You know how a lot of times you do reverse writing and it gets scratchy. So it's a little scratchy, but not too bad, not irritatingly bad. And it keeps going pretty good. All right. Now one of the things that on the grip, when I pick this up, sometimes, I don't know if I'm just because I'm thinking of not having that, the clip there, I pick it up because it looks like a normal pen this way, but it comes out reverse there, so I catch myself from time to time. And again, writing with the clip right there for a 3-finger grip, it's not a problem. The weight of the pen is beautiful. There's no back weight to it. It's not too heavy on the front end. So I just, you know, if you don't mind saving up and for one of these, you will not regret buying the Pilot Vanishing Point and Decimo. So there you have the writing sample. How do I feel about this pen? Well, I think you know. Yep, I'm happy with it. Very happy. Thank you, Josiah, my son, for gifting me this beautiful writer for Father's Day. So there you have it, folks. The Pilot Decimo pen. So I guess I gotta put the little dealie up there, right? All right. All right, you guys have a great day. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Pen Man and taking a look at this wonderful offering from Pilot, the Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo. I assure you, if you're a fountain pen lover, you won't regret this pen. If you can afford it, you will not regret this pen. And again, I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to check out a couple of my other videos, and I hope they're helpful to you. Please leave some comments in the comment section below. I've been learning. Some of your comments have helped me to be a little more specific on what I say. You know. Anyway, thank you for helping me be more educated, and I look forward to our next pen review. All right, take care. Have a great day.